right, so we're going on a little road trip tomorrow. We're going up to Northern Virginia for the day. So we got like 5.5 hours up, 5.5 hours back. So just going over just some basic maintenance to make sure the car is roadworthy. So we're going to be checking the oil, coolant. We'll check the brake fluid as well, but we'll check all the fluids, make sure everything's good to go. I'll do a visual just inspection over everything to make sure there's no like leaks anywhere. I haven't looked on the passenger side of the motor in a while. I know there's been a bunch of recent things on Facebook and even in the past about the spark plug leaking. So haven't had any issues yet. So I'm going to be checking that out before we're done here. But we're going to check the oil first. See how it's looking. All right, the oil looks great. Coolant is good. All right, everything looks good. Brake fluid looks good. Coolant looks good. So that means we haven't blown a head gasket or anything at this point. We do have a G3900 ETS turbo kit on the car, and we have the Cobb Flex Fuel kit. So, like, we're pushing some power. So, luckily, so far at like 24 psi, we haven't pushed or lifted a head yet or anything. So it's still running great. Right now we have I have about E18 in the car right now. With like the current fueling issue that we have, I think what's going on is we're actually maxing out the stock injector. So the stock injector is not delivering the fuel that we're asking it to. And since we have that upgraded IAG high pressure pump, it's basically like force feeding the injector. And once the injector gets like backed up and it can't deliver any more fuel, the fuel pressure starts to rise. So our target fuel pressure is usually like just around that 3,000 psi mark. It does drop sometimes like 2,900, sometimes like before the high pressure pump. But now since we're basically force feeding the injectors, once they get backed up, that high pressure line, the fuel pressure just increases. So once it goes over like, I think it's like 4,100 PSI, the car goes, I don't want to say limp mode, but like the car bogs because it can't deliver the correct amount of fuel. So like, that's why we're on a lower E-mix right now. And even on this lower E-mix, we're probably somewhere around that like 480 to 500 wheel mark at this point. That's just where the stock injectors max out. We already have the upgraded fuel pump in the gas tank with the regulator. And like I said, we have the IG high pressure fuel pump upgrade. So the only fuel upgrade left on this car is the IAG injectors. So we will be doing those sometime in the future. I really want to do the intake manifold at the same time since you have to pull the manifold to do the injectors. I would really, really like to do the process West at the same time. So obviously both of those items are not cheap. So plus since we've been building our STI recently, all the funds have been tied up in that car. If we didn't have that car, I mean, those parts would have been on and done a while ago. But I mean, we bought an STI and we have like maybe 8 to 10 grand into it right now just to get it back to like running and driving spec. Like, I mean, the AC was a pain to get working. But anyways, it all works now. But we're working on this car and there is nothing wrong with this car so far through our inspection. All the fluids look good. Oil looks good. I'll probably just top off the washer fluid in just a little bit, but not necessary. While we're under here, we'll do a little cleaning. Might as well do a little bit of cleaning while we're inspecting everything. Check this. Yeah, I have the hood strut upgrade on the STI. It is really nice. It gives you a little bit more room underneath the hood. Definitely agree. Might get that in the future. Maybe when I have to take the motor out or something, if something goes south, we'll do that. But yeah, the stock ones are working good. The STI needed them because it had that hood prop. But we just got all the fluids checked over. All the fluids look good right now. I'm going to get my flashlight out. I'm going to just do a visual inspection to make sure we got no leaks. There's nothing on the ground. But I definitely want to check this passenger side valve cover because a lot of people are having a leak on that spark plug boot. Yeah, she's dry. And everything feels good on that side. So visually, no leaks. Everything looks good. Fluids are all good, so I didn't expect anything to be like leaking. I mean, everything looks good. No leaks. Solid. STI trans is looking good. No issues there. Everything's still tight. Yeah, looking down at the turbo kit, you can see the like oil drain pan on the ETS turbo kit. I did have an issue just like right when I first installed it. I couldn't get one of those fittings to stop leaking, but I mean, I've had no issues for like 2 years at this point. And yeah, looking down there, I mean, it looks super dry. Everything looks great. I always wish that like the turbo kit on this car, like it was kind of like the STI, where it just kind of like sits over here in the corner, and there is like room for even like the intake to run under the even this IG hose and stuff. But like it'd be pretty cool if someone was able to make a like top mount turbo kit for this car. I mean, even at the sacrifice at some spool, I mean, I think it'd be pretty cool for this platform. Yeah, everything looks good. No issues here. So yeah, so basically the the whole check, everything basically checks out under the hood. Just going to hang out for a little bit and see if anyone wants to join. If anyone has any questions about the build or anything, or the STI, definitely let me know. Oh. Got to finish wiping it down. Got sidetracked. It's looking really good under here. Literally no leaks. The car is basically brand new looking under the engine bay. It gets cleaned almost as often as the outside. That's okay. Everything looks great. No complaints. She's definitely ready for a road trip. Definitely road trip worthy. Now she's all polished up like she's going to a show, but going 5 hours up and then 5 hours back. So we got plus stops and stuff. We're looking at 11 to 12 hours on the road tomorrow. So all fluids are good. What I should do, I should soften up my settings a little bit for the road trip. Don't need to be in stiff mode. Pebble out You guys got any questions about the WRX or the STI build? I'm going to soften up these settings just a little bit for our road trip tomorrow. Let's see where we're at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do 10 clicks in the front. We were at 15 before. We'll do 10 on both sides. 1, we got the front softened up a little bit. All right, so I mean, we're basically roadworthy. We're ready to go. Let me see how much battery life I got. I can bring you guys over to the trunk. We can 58%. All right, let's go. We're going to go over to the trunk, and we are going to adjust the trunk. And now it's like super, super easy because we have our TDMI brace back here. So we can literally just like adjust it right here. So we're going to go 10 was in the front. We'll do 10 in the back. 1, 2, 3. Let me count that again. I think I skipped one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. All right, perfect. All right, let's get the other side done. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so now we're 10 clicks all the way around the car. So that should definitely be a little bit better than I think we're at. Like it almost felt like this back right one was like at like 20 clicks. That was kind of crazy, but everything is now set to 10 clicks all the way around the car. So, I mean, it's probably going to drive much smoother. While, like I said, we got like a 10, 11-hour drive tomorrow in this bad boy. Get this plugged back in. But yeah, everything looks good. We went under the hood. All fluids look good. There's no leaks. I did check the spark plug boot. I mean, there's no leaks or anything on either side of the engine. I mean, so everything is like, I mean, everything's great right now. I mean, we've had no issues with this build up to this point. It's like watching some other people like they've either like blown the motor or like blown the trans or something. But I mean, we've had great luck even with the check engine light. We've had no check engine lights in this car. Like we've had a couple in the beginning, but we have resolved all of them, including the P0420 for the Cat. I have two different O2, like two different type of defowlers that I've used. We have that J1 that I've used before. Sometimes you get the other code for that one. Basically, that code just means that there's too much oxygen, so it basically thinks there's an issue with the sensor. So I've swapped back and forth, and I found the stubby one actually works really good on this car, and I've had no check engine lights or issues with it since. So it is different for every car, so you might have to try a couple different sizes and a couple different spacers, but there is one for your car, and it will work. So, yeah, I mean, she's running great. We're just around that like 480 to 500 wheel mark right now, and that's wheel horsepower. That's not crank. We do have an ETS G30 900 turbo kit on it. We got all the goodies on it. Still a stock engine, unopened, and then we do have the Cobb Flex Fuel kit. So we are pro-tuned with Mike Body, and we're basically at a fueling limitation now with the stock injectors. So the issue that we're having with the stock injectors, basically so we have an upgraded low pressure pump and an upgraded high pressure pump over here. So when we're demanding like a certain amount of fuel at like 24 pounds on ethanol, basically we're force feeding those stock injectors. And what happens when those injectors can't deliver that fuel fast enough? That line gets backed up. So we start seeing the fuel pressure spike. So usually the car operates, or it should operate, around that 3,000 psi like fuel pressure mark. It does go to like 2,800 and stuff sometimes, which is perfectly fine. But what happens is once it starts to get backed up, it goes over 4,000. Once it hits like 4,100, like the car bogs, because it's basically just a lean condition because it's asking for a certain amount of fuel. It can't deliver it, so that line gets backed up because the IAG high pressure fuel pump can deliver it, but the injector can't. And then with these DI cars, like the injection window is very small. So I mean, we definitely need to get some injectors for this thing at some point. But yeah, we're just hanging out at the shop right now. I got my garage beer. I got a Wicked Weed Brewing beer. It's like a North Carolina, like local one. It's from Asheville, I'm pretty sure. Is it? Anyways, they're pretty good. It's an IPA. We're just hanging out in the garage. We got the car checked out. Everything's working good. Did anyone have any questions about our WRX? And then we got our STI over here that we've been working on a lot lately. And I mean, you guys can see, like, we got all new AC lines and everything. We just got the AC leg working on this. Officially, no leaks and everything as of like 2 days ago. Everything was replaced minus the liquid line here that goes from the condenser to the firewall. Subaru doesn't sell it anymore. It's discontinued. So you're kind of SOL if it's damaged or if it doesn't work or anything. So, of course, with the luck of this car, everything that we touch needs to get fixed because it's 20 years old and it's had a lot of owners, and we're fixing everything. So, it was actually leaking. We had to replace the O-ring that connects the line together here, and now there's no leaks. Now the AC was working, but I knew there was a leak, and I can still kind of see the residual residue on the frame rail. But basically, maybe I can show you guys over here a little closer view. But basically, what we're looking at on the frame rail next to the Killer B thing down here, you could see the frame rail right there. So I would look down there and it would be like glowing like green because the dye is just all over the rail. So I have cleaned it off. I've brake cleaned it and wiped it. There's just a little bit of residual residue there that just needs to go away over time. Now I have checked the fitting, which is down under here, under the brake reservoir. I have checked that like every like couple hours or so, I feel like, but it's definitely not leaking. And then, yeah, AC's working great on this thing now. I know it's boring talking about the AC, but like AC down here in North Carolina, I mean, if you know, like you have to have it. You have to have it. I've had a few Subarus before and without AC, and it really didn't bother me when I was younger and when I was in Virginia. But down here in North Carolina, I mean, you have to have AC to consider a car a daily driver. And I do consider this car a daily driver at this point. It could be if someone wanted to daily drive it. But I like keeping the miles low. It's only got 49,000 miles on it right now. Go get a little refill. So one thing that we just did today on the STI that I don't like to film everything because this is like a passion project for me. I did just clean the seats. I used the back, what is it, the evac thing. So like I basically shampooed the seats and it was just straight doo doo coming out of that seat. I mean, really glad that we got the seats cleaned up and everything. But yeah, I mean, those seats, no bueno, no bueno. They were gross. They were gross. But everything's just working great right now. I mean, I feel like as a Subaru enthusiast, like you're expected at some point to have a like engine failure or something. And I just feel like we're winning right now. We're winning, and we're probably jinxing ourselves now. But yeah, I'm just gonna chalk it up as a win. I mean, we're at almost 500 wheel on this car, stock engine, stock head studs, and I mean we have a stock EJ motor that's 20 years old and it rips. So enough said there. I mean, I feel like I'm just babbling over here. We've only had like one or two questions so far in the chat. Does anyone have any questions about either of the builds or what's going on in the background as far as either of the cars? Can try to help answer any questions, or if you have a question about your build, maybe I could help out with that as well. But we did just go over the WRX. WRX looks great as far as our road trip is going. So we got a road trip tomorrow. We got 10 hours, basically a 10-hour drive. We have 5 hours up to Northern Virginia, 5 hours back. I got a little event I have to go to. So we will be taking this thing. It is our Flex Fuel ETS Turbo Kit stock engine WRX, and it just works. It just works. It is tuned by Mike Body. I know I get a lot of questions about who tuned the car and who to get tuned by. I always recommend Mike Body. He is usually pretty busy and backed up sometimes, but if you're okay with waiting a little bit after you message him and get all that stuff done, if you're okay with that, then I mean, in my opinion, he's gonna give you the best quality product. Thank you. Appreciate the encouragement. I'm sure we'll be fine on the road trip tomorrow. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the car. I mean, it's perfect. We just went over everything. Nothing's leaking. We did check the passenger side spark plug boot. Well, we checked both sides, but both sides are looking good. No leaks or anything. Everything is just like it just works. Everything just works. Big turbo WRX stock engine, STI trans swap. We do have the DCCD hooked up. We got a jet coming over our head. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it is loud. All right, I think those jets are done. But yeah, we got both sides checked. We got no leaks. Spark plug boots are good to go. Nothing's leaking. We just polished up the engine bay too. That's why it looks so shiny right now. But yeah, everything looks good. But I think that's where I'm going to cut it off now, guys. If you guys have any questions, just send me a message on Instagram and or shoot me a message here. And other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.